Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. We're going to be talking about the new medals that just came out for the banners, and we also got a couple events with a lot of jewels and a lot of gems. I will be doing solo videos on to help you guys out a little bit. But for now, let's jump in and let's talk about Terra and Ventus. Now, if you guys recognize this, it's pretty much Aqua from the VIP, but Terra is a power version and Ventus is a speed version. So this is the trio, the Birth by Sleep trio, and they're the first ones to get the unique buff for buffing strength, for buffing speed, and for buffing power. And this is very important now because that is the new meta. The meta is not fairy stars and then you get one good medal for each slot of fairy stars. The new meta is mono Keyblades, meaning that the Keyblades all speed or all power or all magic. And this is the free-to-play way of getting these special medals. Aqua might return later on as a magic medal, but for now, this is the ones we got in a banner because Aqua is a VIP, so you can only buy her. And that's why I say these are free-to-play, but these have two banners, and one banner is better than the other, and I'm pretty sure you can guess which one. But we already know how that works, so we're going to ignore that. For 10 pulls on the normal banner, you have a 1 out of 3 chance of getting either Terra, Master Xehanort, or Zeus. Now, Zeus I can carry less of out of all these medals. Master Xehanort was good, but Final Fantasy Record Keeper Sephiroth and the OG Sephiroth, the first supernova medal in the game, is now at 30,000 strength. Now, it's hard to determine what's best here, but when you look at this banner, it's a pretty good win-win. When it comes to which medal you're going to pull. If you're new to the game and you don't have any of these medals, you can't go wrong. Master Xehanort just got a boost, so did Zeus, and Terra is going to be key into a lot of major setups. This is the whole point you're pulling is for that Terra, obviously, right? So, what does Terra do? Terra is just like Aqua, but for power, but just in case, we're going to run through it. It AoE deals 3 hits, and for 1 turn, it's going to increase power medal strength by 1500. And we talked about this before on a setup. If you have him with extra attack, that's 3000 strength to power medals, and if you copy him with an extra attack copy medal, that is 6000 strength to all other power medals on your Keyblade setup. And that means on a proper Keyblade, you'll have 3 medals at the end of your Keyblade that will have an extra 6000 power strength, and he will do damage himself as well. He's got a great multiplier, 42.86 to 56.16, so that really kicks in. 42 for AoE and 56 for single target because it does more damage with 1 enemy left. But for the rest of his buffs, he actually increases your strength and upright strength by 7 and power strength by 10. So he doesn't have max out buffs, but he's more of an attacker than a buffer, but he is a unique new buffer of 1500. And like I said, in the future, they might have medals that do 3000 per cast, or these could be very unique, like Lightball Nominee, like Anti-Aqua right now is the only one that can deflect 100% AoE, sorry, not AoE, magic damage back to the enemy. There's very unique medals in the game that were only one-ofs or a set of 3. So these could just be unique, and they might come back banner after banner, which means the banners could get better for non-VIP players. But there is also a possibility other medals will come out with the same buffs. He's got no debuffs, which kind of hurts, but not really, because you do have your buffer in the beginning, but enemies are getting better. Enemies are buffing themselves because they have those bookmasters along with them, so you need medals that also debuff, not just your buffer, because you're going to run out if you don't have extra attack on a Kyrie or a Shion, so it kind of hurts, and it's really good to see debuffs on Supernovas. But his Supernova is a buffing one, which has strength and upright and power strength by 15. So he maxes out your strength. If an enemy debuffs you halfway through a battle, you can rebuff everything just by casting him on a mono Keyblade. That is very powerful. And he also increases guilt by 280%. And his multiplier for damage is 220, making this medal solid. 30,000 strength. He's looking really, really good. Overall, you can't go wrong with this medal. He is the best of the best right now. He's got the perfect strength, huge multipliers, buffs to run the whole Keyblade, Supernova to cover any debuffs that apply on your character. So he's great. He's really, really good. And like I said, I'm going to show you examples of like Keyblade setups with him and why he's so important in the meta right now. And like I said, Zeus is only PvP. He can work in PvE, but he has overwrite and it kind of ruins it. So the banner, if Zeus wasn't there, I would say this banner is pretty good, especially for a new player, because Master Xehanort's got 25,000 strength and he's got a solid multiplier of 44 to 55, which is really, really good. But sadly, he's got those two, he's got Zeus along with there. So let's jump into a Keyblade really quick. We're gonna go to the power one. So I have Fenrir for an example here. Terra would pretty much sit right over here. He would buff 1500. If he has extra attack, he'd buff 3000. And you can use a copy metal to copy him, or just stick to that 3000, and hopefully that's good enough. And then you just go into this big setup of just big numbers, because the setup before was, let me show you an example, Fairy Stars. As you can see, Fairy Stars got a 6.070 multiplier for the speed, 5.870 for the reverse power, 5.7. These were really good back then, and this is a Fairy Star at 35.5 with 2.970 multipliers. But we go to Fenrir, he's only, which is only 35. Slots are only 2.428, and I've got slots of 7.3, 7.2, and 6.9. Even this is a 6.3. The entire Keyblade setups of mono Keyblades are honestly going to take over, and they have taken over. So having a Terra over here just destroys everything. Like, even if you have the new KH3 2, you can put that in instead of this, and like I said, 3 metals would get the big boost, because the new KH3 or Xion will give you 5000 to upright or 5000 to reverse. There's also other ways of not using this KH3 as a buffer and bringing in metals that do the buffs and debuffs for you, but it's very specific setups. So either way, like, these Keyblades can be deadly, because you can bring in attacking metals that also have buffs instead of just bringing in KH3. Like, KH3 and Xion is not needed anymore. Not in every situation, but pretty much. So that's why Terra is so important, because Terra just basically makes the best Keyblades in the game even more powerful, because it just buffs all the power metals. So it doesn't need to have power, magic, and speed. It's perfectly fine the way it is. But it's also hell expensive, because we have Ventus as well and Aqua. So you need one of each for each Keyblade setup. So Ventus here, same exact thing. He's got 2 banners. We'll talk about the banners in just a second, but you have a 1 out of 3 chance on the normal banner, not the VIP one, to get either Ventus, Guardian Form Sora or God Form Sora, and Lee. Now, all 3 of these metals are solid. Guardian Form Sora, even though he's got low strength, when you add it all together, he is still one of the best metals in the game, especially with the perfect traits. Ventus is basically solid, and Lee copies any metal you have, which makes him very viable now that he's at 25,000 strength. So Ventus, exact same thing, but he buffs your speed strength by 1500. So same concept, up to 3000. He's got the same AoE multiplier and single target. Same thing for Supernova multiplier, 208% guild, but everything he does is for speed instead of power. So, and he's got that 30,000 strength. So again, perfect solid metal. The rest of the metals that come in this banner itself are really good. So I do like Ventus's banner more than I like Terra's, and I kind of like my speed metals right now more than I like my power metals, but that's because my account specifically. Now, this is my free-to-play account. I've gotten really lucky in this account, so I can't really say much, but I don't really play too much on this account because my sleeping line is still level 20, so I can't show you the right multipliers. But if you look at it, even at level 20 with subslots of 2.2, I've got a 6.8 multiplier over here, 6.2, 6.3, and 6.1. This will definitely go over 7 once I get it to 35 and a little bit more subslots. I can probably boost it up right now. No, I can't. So this works out because you've got Boyfriend Sora over here who changed the next metal to speed, which means your best metal in the game could be a magic metal or a power metal, and it would still work with the new Ventus, because Ventus would pretty much sit where Lee is right now. So you would activate again Ventus once, twice. You can copy him if you want to or not and just have more metals, or put a new KH3 or Xion over here depending on your Keyblade setup. And like I said, there's other metals that buff your general strength and all that, plus Supernova, so you don't need to have to use KH3 or Xion here. So mono Keyblades with Ventus and Terra equals a very easy time passing content. Very easy time passing content. So these 2 banners are solid when it comes to VIP. So if you guys do have VIP and you have the right amount of jewels, it is a falling price deal. So after 5 pulls, it's only going to cost 1900 each pull. So it's less than 30,000. Very, very cheap. If you had to pull twice in 10 tries, you would be spending 19,000 jewels. There is a free pull for VIP on both of these banners, so you do get first pull free, which goes towards VIP coins that have a lot of good traits right now for a lot of good metals. So it's a win-win altogether. Now the normal ones, the ones that you can play just by playing the game and not putting any money, again, the 1 out of 3 chance means Ventus might not show up. So if you only care about Ventus and you only care about Terra, I would stay far away from these banners as possible. For someone like myself, I'm considering 2 pulls on it because I am 2 pulls away from doing this, and I have a whole bunch of medals I want to upgrade. So I'm thinking of doing the 2 pulls right now to upgrade some medals, but that's only if I'm not passing content. And if I do, I'm going to pull for Ventus because my speed medals are better. I'll pull once, twice here, call it a day, or I'll pull 3 times from over here and see what I get lucky. But I really don't want to do that. So I'm just going to see what plays out, because there's 17 days left for these banners. 17 days, guys. Be patient. And then you have 16 days left for Aqua VIP if you're someone who's playing VIP. So there's a lot of time here to make a decision. This goes off all the way into the next month. And don't forget that pretty much, excuse me, pretty much you've got JP's anniversary coming up. So big things could be happening. I'm at 40,000 jewels right now, 41,480, and I do want to pull and I do want to test my luck, but at the same time my setups are good and I'm passing content, so I don't want to push my luck to spend a bunch of jewels, especially anything over 15,000, just to have a chance out of something. Like VIP, if you got the jewels and you have the right setup for it, then yeah, go for one of these. Especially if you've already got that new Kari or Shion, you're doing great right now. So solid medals. Just don't like the banners. That's pretty much what it is. I just don't like the banners. The medals are great. But let's carry on into the rest of the notices now that we did the whole medals. Medals, I wish I could. I'll just wait till they come back at better banners. Hopefully with Aqua, maybe all 3 of them on the same banners, or they do that thing where if you pull from this banner, you might have a chance to gain this medal on that banner as well. They've done that before. So I'm going to be making videos on this later on. We've got high score challenge with tons of gems and pretty good odds of all these new medals that just got upgraded to be in your inventory. And then July's big bonus, you got 5,000 jewels right here. And I really want to talk about this for a second. I'm going to talk about it when I do the video for it, for me doing the playthrough. But from this month, July, if they do this every month, this is amazing. And I know it's hard, but I did a little bit of it on my free-to-play account, I believe. I didn't complete the whole thing yet because I just didn't have time. But it's got jewels in every single quest. It's not like, oh, 5,000 jewels on the last quest and it's super hard and nobody can beat it. It's spread apart, and the last quest is worth, let me see, I think it's worth like maybe 700, 900. I know it went from like 500 to higher, but I don't think it actually shows on the last quest, if I'm not mistaken. It just shows jewels over here. But anyways, when I complete the rewards were evenly distributed. Not evenly, like it's perfect all across, but it's not like if you can't beat the last quest, it's the end of the world. No. And there is also draw tickets in this. But the thing I really want to point out, it says from this month and July, which means that this can be every single month. And if it is, that's great. A new monthly event starting from this month. It says it in the title. Hopefully I'm not jinxing this. A new monthly event starting from this month. It's plain English. It means that this monthly event's going to keep happening. 5,000 jewels every month. If Hades Cup shows up, high score challenges show up, that is a ton of jewels, ton of content, ton of tickets. If they keep doing draw tickets and everything, like I said, the game is going in the right direction, and it's really good to see. I did not expect something like this to just show up. A tough enemy with other enemies to help it out to make sure that it stays alive, like the Bookmasters, and you get 5,000 jewels total if you beat all of them. But if you don't beat all of them, you get like 4,000 or less. So really awesome to see here. I'll be making a video on the high score challenge later and that July big bonus challenge, and I can't wait for the rest of it to see what's going on. So really excited about this. Let me know what you guys are going for, Terra or Ventus, or if you're skipping totally on all 3 of them because you don't buy VIP, so no Aqua, not pulling for Terra Ventus because of bad banners. I don't blame you. That's pretty much my free-to-play account right now. If I do those 2 pulls for the pet training, and I get lucky, that's great. If I don't, that's also great because you can't have everything in the game. And I still don't know if I want to do those 2 pulls just for an extra slot pet training. I can just be patient with that because I am passing the content. As great it would be to be re-rolling 2 medals for the next couple of days, I don't know if it's really worth it. I'd rather just keep saving my jewels because jewels have the most value. Let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know what you're excited for. How's your high score challenge going? Big bonus. I will be having separate videos for those ones, but you can still leave down below how great you're doing right now because of all the medal upgrades. I'm really excited to test this out because there is content to actually play now, which makes me happy, and I can start doing those guides again. If you guys did enjoy the video though, don't forget to hit the like button, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.